Three, two, one.
Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to Dr. Datin Suraya. So my name is Muhammad Adam bin Muhammad Arzmi and I representing my group. So the topic that my group chose is gamification technology, where gamifications can be applied in many situations like job environment, class environment, and any situations that can make the situations more encouraging and more fun to be experienced to all peoples. So, what is gamifications? Gamifications is the process of integrating game elements into non-game contexts, such as a website, online community, learning management system, or corporate intranet to boost engagement. Where it is explained where we can apply gamifications technology is to encourage people to become more voluntarily active in doing their job. And gamifications aims to include customers, staff, and partners to encourage interactions, sharing, and collaborations. Gamifications is the use of game mechanics to encourage learners to explore and learn as they move forward to an end goals, which it can encourage more people to do their job in more fun way where we all can adapt and have healthy competitions with our coworkers or friends. So that's all from my part, and I will be passing the next slide to my friend. Thank you.
Satu. Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Nazmi Haziq bin Muhammad Radi. In this slide, I will talk about short video about gamification. In this video, there are three main components. The first one is definition of gamification. The definition of gamification is use the element of game to motivate and engage the learner. The second content is competition and cooperation among players. For an industrial context, gamification is using game-based mechanic, aesthetic, and game thinking to engage people, motivate action, promote learning, and solving problems in non-game context. This gamification can help solving problem through competing and cooperation among the workers. The third main context is the type of gamification. In this video, there are two types of gamification. The first one is structural gamification, and the second one is content gamification. Structural gamification is the application of game element to propel a learner through context with no alternation or change to that content, only the structure around the content. The common implementation for this type of gamification is to take the scoring element of video game such as point, level, bandage, leaderboard, and achievement. The second type of gamification that I have mentioned in this video is content gamification. Content gamification is the application of game element, game mechanic, game thinking to alter the content to make the content more game-like. The common implementation for this type of gamification would be to add the element of story, challenge, curiosity, mystery, and character to the content. Thank you.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Najmuddin bin Abdul Razak. Today I would like to talk about the benefit of gamification. My first point is boost learner engagement. Listening to lecturer while scrolling through slides and sometimes praising next surely ain't something fun. Employees that are engaged at work are usually more productive. Gamification turns dull e-learning experience to something more fascinating and engaging. Playing games does encourage co-workers to compete for fun. After a sequence of gamified challenges and activities, they help learners feel pleased of themselves for finishing a course. Their retention rises when students relate to the material on an emotional level. Gamification encourages students to complete a course learning goals. My second point is provide instant feedback. It is a great benefit for players to get immediate feedback, whether it is favorable or bad as they advance through the game. They continue to advance in their studies thanks to it. Feedback that is linked to the learning goal enables players to track their development while they play it. It inspires them and increases their desire to win the game. Leaderboard are another way of offering additional feedback. It lets learners see how they are doing compared to their colleagues. My third point is increases motivation with features such as badges. The motivation that propels learners to finish the game and absorb all the information is called motivation. Throughout the game, there would be mission and badges as reward for completing it. They may be anything such as a sticker or something more elaborate, like a Starbucks gift card for the first 100 employees to finish game. Badges may be shown in-game or on the business website. They are excellent because they give the user a sense of importance and competence. Students gain a sense of success through the badge.
Assalamualaikum to the lecturer, Datin Suraya and my fellow members. My name is Nurul Hamizah binti Zulkifli. My metric number is B062210365. Today I will present the benefit of using gamification technology. Firstly, gamification technology can boost learner engagement. Listening to lengthy lecture while scrolling through slides and sometimes pressing next does not make for an exciting procedure. Employees that are engaged at work are typically more productive. Gamification makes the e-learning experience more fascinating and engaging. Playing games encourages coworkers to compete in a good fun. After a sequence of gamified challenges and activities, they help learners feel pleased with themselves for finishing a course. Their retention rises when students relate to the material on an emotional level. Gamification encourages students to complete a course learning goal. They are curious about what happened next. Secondly, gamification technology provides instant feedback. It's a great benefit for players to get immediate feedback, whether it's favorable or bad. As they advance through the game, they continue to advance in their study thanks to it. The feedback that is linked to the learning goal enables players to track their development while they play. It inspires them and increases their desire to win the game. Leaderboard are another way of offering additional feedback. It's let learners see how they are doing compared to their colleagues. Lastly, gamification technology also increases motivation with features such as badges. The motivation that people learn to finish the game and absorb all information is called motivation. Throughout the game, checkpoint employ badges as a reward. They may be anything as straightforward as a sticker or something more elaborate, like a Starbucks gift card for the first 100 employees to finish the game. Badges may be shown in a game or in business website. They are excellent because they give users sense of importance and competence. Students will gain a sense of success through the badges.
There are three weaknesses of gamification technology. The first one is expensive to develop. The creation of games requires more time than conventional instructional design. Money is time. Due of the increased pressure on time, budget overruns are easy to cause, not to mention the price of the extra materials utilized to improve the gameplay. It costs money to use animations, graphics, stock image, film, music, and sound effects. The second weakness is diminished value over time. In addition to being expensive to create, games are also expensive to keep up. Cool games from a few years ago quickly start to appear out of date. Employees may start to wonder if the material is also old as a result of an outdated game. The game's reference value is yet another drawback. games are usually one and done. So if a student has to refresh any knowledge after finishing game, they won't want to play it again. A fast refresh may also need to develop in addition to the game. Depending on the subject matter, naturally, this raises the project cost. The third weakness is games that are only purely math quizzes. Games should be enjoyable. Who find exams and quizzes enjoyable? It takes effort and imagination to design engaging, interactive games that are just quizzes masquerading as entertainment. Just as in any other e-learning course, assessment in games must be related to the learning objective. Adult learners might not be sufficiently motivated by earning points or stars. The learner must find value in the tokens, badges, or in-game rewards. However, it could be possible to navigate a number of workplace issues that are covered in an e-learning course. Traditional quizzes and examinations are less successful than actual workplace scenarios, difficulties, and problems. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum to Dr. Datin Suraya and below my friend. Today I want to talk about how the technology can be managed in an organization or a business or an industry. First is the gamification business value. Gamification fundamental goal is to increase engagement in order to have an impact on business outcome. People that take part in engage with your gamification project discover the best way to interact with your brand, goods and services. So, gamification business benefit don't stop with the participation in a game mechanic yields important information that may be used to effect marketing campaign and platform usage and performance objective. Each time a participant interact with a member or the staff or a client, it becomes clear how they spend their time as well as what interests them. The second point is a gamification value in a workplace. Gamification is a tactic used to motivate and influence pupils' behavior, including that of employers. Gamification may be used in a variety of contexts where people need to be inspired to engage in particular behavior or activities. Gamification in the workplace may boost the employee engagement and boost productivity for the business. Game mechanic make an employee job more transparent by making a goal clear and easy to follow. Employer is able to see progress and performance, receive immediate feedback on accomplishment, and connect with co-workers through collaboration and competition. The third point is the gamification strategy. A gamification strategy for internal staff could have as its main objective boosting participation and retention by appealing to strong intrinsic motivation shared by all people, including as autonomy, mastery, purpose, and social connection. Gamification offers a long-lasting basic for employer engagement, a major advantage of gamification in the workplace is the products produce measurable result. In order to determine what is the effective for staff and where adjustment are necessary, gamification offers statistics and reporting. That's all for me, and thank you.